Amid the carbon tax debate, Victoria is grappling with how to generate the state's electricity and close its dirtiest power plants. Well, almost by accident, a region in Victoria's southwest may be part of the solution. The Moyne SHIRE is developing into a centre of renewable and gas-fired power. Danny Morgan travelled there for this report.
Until now, the Moyne Shire's greatest asset has been its beauty. The rugged coastline around Port Fairy attracts holidaymakers in their droves. But electricity could soon be giving tourism a run for its money.
There's been so much activity that we've been struggling to deal with that.
This power station, being built just west of Mortlake, is one of more than 20 major energy projects either underway or planned for the Moyne Shire. If all were to go ahead, there'd be more than $7 billion of investment in the region. With all that economic activity, there's very low unemployment in Moyne Shire, and they're bringing in outside people as well. So economically, it is a huge windfall, I suppose, for the region. The Mortlake power station is to be fired by gas, piped from Port Campbell to the south. It will feed electricity straight into the national grid via the main transmission line that runs from Portland to Geelong. At the height of the plant's construction, close to 400 workers were on site.
Every day we were doing morning teas and lunch orders and on-site catering. Well, I personally feel it's been great for the town. You know, you just look out the window mornings and see the buzz around at the newsagents, you know, all that type of thing, and yeah, I'm sure it's helped every business in town.
The owner of the local hardware store, Rod Goldsworthy, captured the buzz when he hopped onto his roof to watch one of the main turbines driven through town.
It was a massive convoy of vehicles, and it took quite a while to come through the town, especially in negotiating the corner on the highway. It took them probably a couple of hours really to come through Mortlake. It brought everybody out because we all knew that they were coming.
The bright mood in the Western Districts contrasts with that in the Latrobe Valley, where more than 1,000 people will lose their job if the federal government pays for the Hazelwood power station to close down. Hazelwood's likely demise also creates headaches for the state government. It needs to find 1,600 megawatts of baseload power within a decade.
It's about 25% of our total baseload capacity. Under this package, the government is looking to shut it down, clear as a bell, and yet there are no options.
Origin Energy, the company building the 550 megawatt plant at Mortlake, says in time, energy generators like this may provide the answer.
The Mortlake Power Station is an open cycle gas-fired plant designed to provide electricity at peak times, but it can be converted into a combined cycle power station, which can provide the sort of base load electricity needed to replace Hazelwood.
Origin is yet to decide if it will turn Mortlake into a baseload station, but the future for investment is a little clearer now that Australia's carbon pricing policy has been revealed.
The companies will feel much surer, and of course it's going to change the playing field and make their proposals more cost effective.
One of those companies is geothermal energy venture Hot Rock. It has a permit to tap into a vast sandstone aquifer located deep underground around Koroit.
Eventually we will develop in the district a geothermal energy plant using flowing the hot water to surface through the plant and then putting it back in the ground again to reheat.
Alongside the geothermal and gas-fired electricity projects are plans for more than a dozen wind farms, one reported to be the biggest in the southern hemisphere. And there have been inquiries about the use of yet another natural asset.
One of the companies have talked to us about some idea about a wave or current generation system, but we haven't really heard any more details of that. But it is true that we certainly have large swells, and they've been running huge in the last week.
The projects planned for the Moyne Shire are likely to employ hundreds of people in future years. While the job numbers won't rival the thousands now employed in the Latrobe Valley, towns like Mortlake aren't complaining.
Anything, you know, that helps the town that way, whether it's another 5 families or 6 families, it all benefits the schools, and yeah.
Every little bit helps, so it's going to be great for the town, I think.
The Shire didn't anticipate such a boom in renewable and gas-fired energy projects, and the rapid growth does come with challenges.
People don't necessarily like to be surrounded by wind farms. There's the issue of noise, there's certainly the issue of traffic and the damage to our road network.
But the region's leaders are hopeful they can make the most of a unique opportunity.
It is good to see that we might become the focus for the renewable energy area in Victoria. I think it does provide a lot of opportunities, but we do need to manage the impacts of that so that our community benefits as well as the rest of Victoria and Australia.